Today, we are going to talk about the two most powerful assets in your short-term rental business. These are the things that work for you long after a guest has already checked out. We're talking about reviews and repeat bookings, and how they become the engine for real, sustainable growth.
You know, it's easy to think a short-term rental business grows just because you have a nice property. But that's not the whole story. A business truly grows because people trust it. They trust you enough to book that first time, sure, but also to tell their friends and, this is the big one, to come back. That trust, that's the real foundation you're building on. And this right here is the key difference between how a beginner thinks versus how a pro operates. A beginner looks at a review and just sees feedback. They see a repeat guest as, a nice little bonus. But a professional knows what they really are. Reviews are powerful trust signals for the next guest, and repeat bookings are core business assets that create stability. So let's really dive into that professional mindset, starting with public trust. See, a review is so much more than just a star rating. Think of it as a public announcement that tells the rest of the world, hey, this place is legit, it's worth your money. So when a potential guest is scrolling through your listing, they're not just looking at your photos. They're scrolling straight down to the reviews because they're trying to get answers to some really important questions they have in the back of their minds. They're asking themselves things like, okay, is this place really as good as the pictures look? Can I actually count on this host? Is what I'm seeing what I'm going to get? And the biggest one of all, is this a safe bet for my vacation? Good positive reviews answer all of these questions for them and give them the confidence they need to finally hit that book button.
And that leads us to a really crucial point. If you're chasing after those amazing reviews, you have to start by delivering amazing stays. The two are directly connected. There's no shortcut.
Let's be totally clear about this. 5-star reviews are not a matter of luck. They are earned. They are the direct, predictable result of running your operation really well. And this slide right here shows you how it all fits together. The quality of your reviews is basically a report card on your fundamentals. How well did you match the guest to the property? Were your expectations clear? Was check-in a breeze? Was the cleaning top-notch? In other words, your daily operations are what earn you that great review.
But here's the thing. Not all 5-star reviews are created equal. A simple great stay is, well, it's nice, but it's pretty weak, right? It doesn't give that next guest a whole lot of confidence to go on.
Now look at this one. This review does some serious heavy lifting. It specifically calls out the things future guests are actually worried about. Is it clean? Is check-in a hassle? Will the Wi-Fi work for my Zoom calls? Is the listing telling the truth? Every single one of these details builds a much stronger case.
Those specific details are like little confidence boosters for the next guest. They take away the uncertainty and paint a really clear picture of what they can expect. And you know what that does? It makes them way more likely to book with you.
All right, let's talk about the second part of this growth engine, repeat guests. This is where your business starts to build real, lasting strength. It's a total game changer.
A repeat booking is honestly one of the best compliments you can ever get. Why? Because that guest knows everything. They know the layout, they know the neighborhood, they know your rules. The fact that they knew all of that and still chose to come back, well, that means you didn't just provide a place to sleep. You delivered real value that was worth repeating.
And this isn't just a warm, fuzzy feeling. No. Repeat guests are incredibly valuable from a business standpoint. They're operational gold.
Honestly, repeat guests just make your life easier. They already know the drill. They need fewer instructions, ask fewer questions, and their expectations are perfectly lined up with reality. The whole process, from the moment they book to the moment they check out, is just smoother.
So, at the end of the day, repeat guests aren't just a sign of loyalty, they're a sign of efficiency. They make your business fundamentally easier and cheaper to run. It's a total win-win.
Okay, so now let's put it all together. Because reviews and repeat bookings don't just exist in their own little bubbles. They work together to create this amazing compounding trust engine for your business.
And this is that engine in action, the trust growth loop. Look, it starts with a great stay. That great stay earns you a strong, specific review. That review then builds confidence in future guests, which helps you attract people who are an even better fit for your property. And because they're a great fit, they're even more likely to have an amazing stay, which, you guessed it, increases the odds of another great review and a potential repeat booking. The whole system just feeds itself. And this is why a single great guest experience is so incredibly powerful. Think about it. A bad stay causes problems just one time. But a really well-run stay, it creates value again and again and again, through the review, through word of mouth, and through repeat business. And this is what we mean by sustainable growth. It's not about constantly scrambling to find your next booking. It's about building a reputation, a foundation of trust that does the heavy lifting for you, making your business stronger and the obvious choice for guests year after year.
So if you're going to remember one thing, remember this. Reviews show new guests why they can trust you. And repeat bookings, they prove that the experience you delivered was so good, it was worth doing all over again.
So that leaves us with one final, very important question to ask yourself about your own property. If a guest checked out today, was their experience strong enough to earn not just a confident review, but to make them actually think about coming back? The answer to that question is the real key to your long-term success.